It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies. This week we are doing the Calgary Underground Film Festival. Me and Jim are off all week, so we're going to be doing nothing but streaming the cuff. Might even go to a couple of drive-ins. Directors and actors, you still have to beware, because you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey, hey.
So, with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Well, I don't know how much rage we're going to have to feel this week, but I still don't know what this is going to look like, but I'm super excited about this week. This is, if I can't go to Hawaii or Greece to drink olive oil and eat feta cheese,
It's already off the rails.
yeah, then I might as well be at Cuff. So this is the best vacation I'm going to have this year, I think.
Yeah, no, it's still pretty sweet. I'm actually pretty happy so far. So the opening gala was good.
Yeah, I wasn't, it was not what I would have considered a traditional opening gala for Cuff, though.
How so?
Well, often Cuff has some pretty big names in their opening gala. Like last year was Little Monsters. It had Lupita Nyong'o, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
well,
that last year?
this had Leah Thompson.
That's not. I mean, can't compare Lupita Nyong'o
She
with her.
starred in Howard the Duck.
Oh yeah. Okay. You're gonna put them in the same boat?
She was in the TV series, The Caroline in the City.
Oh wow! Like such a big name right now.
She was
compared
Marty
to
McFly's mother.
Lupita Nyong'o.
She was
I'm
in
sorry.
Back to the Future.
I'm sorry. It's like night and day. And then the previous year was what? No, I don't remember the last year. We should know all this, but we don't. But
I'm sorry, but you are
I'm
not giving
not.
Leah Thompson the respect that she deserves.
I'm not saying she's not fantastic.
She is fantastic.
I know.
She was fantastic in this movie.
She was fantastic in this movie. But I'm just saying.
Man, was she hot and cold.
It was unexpected, I guess I would say. I was expecting it to be a bigger pang. Not that I'm disappointed in any way, shape, or form. So maybe we should talk about what the opening gala one was.
Yeah,
the agenda's really short this week.
It is, because we saw one movie yesterday.
Yeah. But it's worth talking about.
It definitely is.
Now, whether we can talk for, an hour about it is probably not going to happen.
I think we're going to
it's going to be a short hit.
Yep.
So how about I start off?
Yeah.
And you can jump in with all kinds of goodies. So, Dinner in America.
Yes.
Now, I didn't know much about this. Like, I hadn't heard any buzz about it. I hadn't heard nothing about it. It's directed and written by Adam Raimier. Think that's the right pronunciation?
Sure.
Okay. He hasn't done a lot of... He did H.P. Lovecraft's Two Left Arms, Jonas... The Bunny Game. He did a short called Henry and Marvin. I'm kind of excited to go back and see some of his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was a real pleasant surprise for me. It also stars Kyle Gallner and Emily Skeggs.
Yep.
Sounds like the right pronunciation. I'm terrible at pronouncing stuff. I can barely pronounce
I'm
my
not
own
looking
name.
at their names, so I'm just going to say, yep.
Yeah,
sure.
sure. Sounds
good
about
to me.
right. So my favorite line from the movie, which happened to become the theme for the entire film, was, "You need to take it down a notch."
Yeah.
Or, almost as good, was, "Kevin, you're at an 8 and I need you to be at a 3.
Yes.
I love the dynamics of the family. It was so good. Also, the lead actor, Kyle Gallner, kind of reminded me, I don't know if he did this for you, but he kind of reminded me of a younger, grittier version of Robert Pattinson.
Really?
There was times in there I was like, well, he's like channeling Robert Pattinson in this, which I know we're both big fans of Robert Pattinson, so it wasn't bothering me in the least, but I did see some similarities in the acting style. So
yeah, those Twilight movies were awesome.
And it's almost like
Robert Pattinson.
This movie was rewritten.
Making some good stuff.
This movie was rewritten from Twilight, probably.
Everybody go see The Rover with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
it's so good.
He's been in a bunch of great stuff. So many great things now that people are forgetting that he was in Twilight. I
Plus,
think.
you'll have faith in Guy Pearce again after he was in that bloodshot piece of dog
Oh
crap.
God! Don't even talk to me about that. I don't want this to be a negative feeling day.
Okay, sorry.
So many surprises in this flick. I didn't know it was going to happen. It was and you know what? I love that about films, especially American dramas. I didn't find this was a very typical Americana cinematic adventure. At first, I thought it was going to be a slacker film, so I was kind of being a little disappointed. It started off as very
Honestly,
slacker-like.
the first 15 minutes, I was like,
oh, it's a slacker film. What are you doing to me?
Terrible.
And it started annoying me. I know.
And then it's all of a sudden, I was like, oh, okay.
And then shit just getting more complex and interesting as it went on.
Yeah, no, it really did.
So many little secret treasures, like the license plate that from the one guy's car that says 69 your mom. That was awesome. Or the dead cat hazing, or orgasm Polaroid shots, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, there was lots of little memorable nuggets in there for sure.
I kind of felt like it was when I was watching, I was going, what does this movie make me feel like? And it was kind of like American Beauty meets Natural Born Killers meets Benny and June.
Yeah, I could see that actually. All right.
The whole
I'll give you
layers.
that.
If you throw it all together in a giant pile and mix it up, it became this movie. So fuck them all but us. Great line to end the film. And a great original song. I thought it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That there was a lot of original music in this. If every rom-com was like this, I may actually have to start watching more of them because most of them are not nearly as good as this. This for me was a fucking punk rock, pyromaniac, pre-serial killer, cat-watching Mondo.
There you go. For me, it took me too long to get into it. Once I was into it, I was into it. Performances were fantastic. There was a lot of good stuff in it. There's no question. But at the end of the day, it was just a meh.
What? How could you
don't get
say
me wrong.
that?
Am I upset that I watched it? Absolutely not. There was a lot of good stuff in there, but
there was so many good stuff in this.
I can't just be throwing Mondos out like they're candy.
You're handing out Mez last week when it should have been a Rage like candy. Don't
whatever.
even tell me what you can't and cannot throw out.
You know not of what you speak as per
There were so many
usual.
little good nuggets in here. You were probably just had a smile on your face after you started to get into it.
You know what? If 20 minutes in, it started to get pretty good. But
yeah.
In the end of the day, good movie. Meh.
You're broken inside. I don't know what's wrong with you. Sometimes you give out mez for stuff that's like the biggest rage on the planet. And then a great film like this, which is probably, I'm going to say in my mind, probably the best rom-com I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
Ever seen in my life.
That's crazy.
So you can tell how much I hate rom-coms, but this was not a traditional rom-com.
Yeah,
and I also don't like
American.
American.
A rom-com is kind of.
Also, I don't like American. What are you talking about? It was
wasn't.
funny, and there was romance. It's a rom-com.
Okay.
A punk rock rom-com, maybe.
It's punk rock rom-com. All right.
Right.
I'll give you that. It's punk rock rom-com.
And the I don't normally like Americana cinema because I find most of it's pretentious and boring and annoying because I don't find directors and writers from the U.S. a lot of times really capture real life. They capture an Americanized version of it.
Yeah.
But this I found
it felt genuine.
It found everything. The characters felt genuine. The action, the direction of where it went, how the characters were developed, slowly and slowly. Like you kind of didn't know what her character was like through the beginning.
Someday I like to watch all the dinner scenes back to back, just in a row.
Yeah,
'Cause those scenes were so good.
It was.
No matter who, they were always. It's kind of weird in this day and age. Everybody's sitting down having dinner, but we ended up with 3 times in this movie where everybody's sitting around the table having dinner.
There's a reason it was probably called Dinner in America.
I guess so.
It really gives you a good picture. So this brings up a good point. So one of the things we're going to do this week, obviously yesterday we only saw one film, but we're going to talk about what our favorite moment was from the previous day, and then we're going to talk about what our favorite film was. So obviously our favorite film from yesterday was just one because there's only one.
And it was good.
And it was good.
It was a solid meh.
It was a solid Mondo for me. In fact, let me repeat it. It's a fucking punk rock, pyromaniac, pre-serial killer, dead cat watching Mondo.
I also liked it. but not quite that much.
Well, you're broken.
Yeah, well.
So
I'll go with my favorite moment. Honestly,
Yeah.
mine's simple. I just like seeing Leah Thompson again. We talked about her earlier. I haven't seen her in forever. And she was just so good.
yeah, I don't know. I don't remember where I've seen her last.
Exactly. So I'm sure she's been popping up all over the place.
Yeah.
But you know, she hasn't been on my radar, and just seeing her in anything was kind of cool.
Okay, well, my favorite moment, I'm going to say moment, not necessarily scene. There's so many great
Yes.
scenes in this.
Yeah, there's some good
Was the prayer scene when he prays for the family and he outs Kevin.
stuff.
That was by far my favorite scene.
Yeah.
Just because he's like, what? He learns by a stranger at his dinner table that he's adopted. So surprise for everybody who's watching. That's the only spoiler we're going to give you. But
Then a little later on, he introduces Kevin to the weed.
yeah, to the weed.
It's like, I don't know if I'm stoned. Well, you're not angry anymore. So
Let me see your eyes.
yeah, I tell you.
There was too many things about this that was so good. Yeah, no, I think this was a really good movie to start this festival with, I think, because it really...
Oh, it sets the tone. There's no question.
Yeah.
And this is, honestly, this is what Cuff's all about, giving us something different like this. That, I mean, where else are you going to see this, a type of film like this?
Nowhere. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't think...
And you'd be lucky. In my heart of hearts, I'm always rooting for these guys to get like widespread release. But
the new Little Miss Sunshine or whatever.
yeah,
right?
but it's kind of it's a flip. Well, I wish it was a flip of the coin. It's hard. It's hard to get a widespread release. So
No, I know.
Hopefully this will get a following though.
Although that's the thing, right? Is because I think this was its international release, wasn't it?
No, well, it debuted at Sundance.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, and it everybody went gaga for it over at Sundance.
Yeah, so maybe it will get a little bit of push then.
Yeah.
That's good.
So yeah, no, it's nothing but good stuff have been said about it, including here today.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I guess that's all we need to talk about for this week. But,
yeah, as I say, we're gonna have a bunch of quick hitters. It's gonna be, I would imagine that when we're talking about 3 or 4 movies that are it'll probably be 20-25 minutes, but we're gonna get in, we're gonna get out. You're gonna get your quick daily dose of Cuff content, and we're gonna tell you what you think. Hopefully, you'll start watching some of the stuff we're talking about, because I'm positive it's all gonna be worth watching.
Oh yeah,
the programmers at Cuff do a real good job.
Yeah, and I think that just looking at what we've got to come here is going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know the answer to this, and maybe I'll check in with our friends from Cuff. We can talk about it a little bit tomorrow, but I know that some of these have those, we call those geo blockers on it, but because we have a lot of listeners in the US, and hopefully they can have access to this stuff from down there, right? Because
look into that.
yeah, I'll check that out. We'll talk about that tomorrow, and I'll talk about it a little bit on social media. So I guess until tomorrow, people, where we're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to do a lot of shorts tomorrow. We got a doc to talk about.
We got a doc. We're going shorts crazy tomorrow.
Yep.
And then the day after that's going to be a huge day.
The drive-in, baby.
Yeah, we're doing a drive-in, and we're watching 5 features the next day. So,
motherfucking drive-ins.
Looking forward to tonight, actually, because I'll be watching all this stuff today and tonight. And tomorrow we're going to talk about it.
Sounds good. All right. Well, we'll talk to you and see you tomorrow, guys. But thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks for the extended Film Rage crew of Murray, who's technically just away today. He'll be back with us tomorrow. Leonard Conlon for his artistic vision and photography via Leonard Conlon Photography. Listen to us on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and check out our website at filmrageyyc.com. Please leave us messages. We are always wanting to hear your feedback, because we want to make this a raging blast for our listeners. So please comment often, and please make us rage. Please, please. That's it for today. Rage on.
Yeah, look for us tomorrow about the same time, and rage on.